to him and she's like, Legion, you didn't play arena football at California State.
Bro, that pissed me off.
And he was like, girl, I told you already. I had a private citizenship status. We're not bringing this up again. Welcome back to another episode of Bred in Captivity Reactions. Sorry we've been gone so long, but once in a while, a story hits the internet so big, so captivating, that it drags people like us out of hibernation and back on here. And we are back to talk about Who the F Did I Marry? And if you clicked on this video, I'm sure you've been following it. I'm your host. I'm joined on camera for the first time by one of my producers, B. Say what up to the people.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited today.
And as usual, our producer is joining us. Say what up.
I've decided to crawl out of the abyss of my depression for this, so you're welcome.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, big sacrifices here.
So before we get started, B, you said you have something you want to show me that's going to be like a little icebreaker, little amuse-bouche.
Yeah, honestly, this story I came across the internet. It was all over TikTok. And so basically, I don't know if all of you guys know Omale. Omale is a Nigerian artist.
Yeah.
He had a concert recently in London, and basically what like these artists do is that they bring a fan on stage and then they're like, but this time this guy just pointed at this woman in the crowd, but then this woman had a man with him, a man with her. So
okay. I thought you were trying to bring me on some gender thing.
No, so basically a boyfriend and a girlfriend, they're together at Omale's concert. Omale points at her and he's like, come on stage.
Invites his girlfriend on stage.
Yes.
Okay.
The girl is ecstatic, obviously. Like, this is Omale. This is, and like the boyfriend cannot be a hater, obviously. Like, he pushed her, like, go on stage, obviously. So she goes on stage and a curtain drops.
A curtain drops?
A curtain drops.
Let me tell you right now.
Like the show's over?
No. A curtain drops and then there's... Oh, go ahead.
If my girl goes on that stage when I brought her to that concert, I consider it a threat. Okay? What do you mean? You saw me all up over my girlfriend and you were like, bet. That's the one I want.
Exactly.
Meet me outside, bro. Okay, forget this fucking concert. It's about to be new tea.
Exactly. So let me explain the curtain drop. So the curtain drops because now it's going to be like, red light, all sexy. The man is dancing with the girl.
Red lights.
Yeah, she's bent over. You have to see this video.
Red lights.
Can we show her the video, please? Let me show you.
When you said they dropped the curtain, I thought you were like, bring your girl up and now the show's over.
I'm taking her home kind of thing, right?
The show's over. I don't think I'd have lost it. Here he is. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, that's him. He's...
Curtain drop. He bends her over. Man goes crazy on this girl.
Oh, is this them?
Yeah.
Okay.
You shall not see heaven. This man.
Yo, this is unsolicited. She's just doing it on her own. The No. The
thing is that...
Cut the cameras. Cut the camera.
Okay, I just have to say something real quick.
This one is not done yet. Yeah, stuff just started. Now, the woman has the audacity to say, it wasn't that bad. And her girlfriends were like, girl, it was bad. And those are good friends. Friends that will tell you what you have done is wrong.
The truth.
What the... This is Jamaican dance hall stuff.
At least he did not jump from the table to the back.
No.
Okay,
That can't be my girl.
So I paid $399.99 to come here and see my girl get back shots. For everybody
Yep.
to see my girl get back shots.
Yep.
That's not
Makes
okay.
sense.
What would you do, man?
So I'm the boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I know you like this artist. I'm like, baby, let's go to the concert. I get you front row seats.
Girl, you are right there.
I didn't put you in the nosebleeds.
Nope.
I brought you to the front
Where he can point at you.
where you can feel his sweat dripping and stuff for the experience.
I bet he had a chub at least.
He points at my girlfriend and she's hype and I'm not trying to be a hater. So I'm like, go up there and have a good time. And then he's just like holding her by the hand, blah, blah, blah. And she starts dropping to the floor unprovoked.
You saw what she did, right? Like, he was just like, you know,
He was feeding off of her energy.
and then he was like, I know what you want. Let's go upstairs. That was it. It was done when the curtain dropped.
That man was looking at his girlfriend like, where the fuck has all of this been?
For me,
Why have I not seen this?
She didn't look back once. She didn't look back at her man once.
No.
Because if she had seen his face, she'd have snapped out of it.
I don't think. When she left him, she did not look back.
She didn't
The
look
moment
back.
she left him, she did not look back. For me, it was the TikTok parodies. They were like, Chief, help me pass her this handbag. And then it's like, Chief, help me pass her this suitcase, please.
Because she's not coming home.
Yeah, and then he's like, Chief, ask her for the house key. The house key.
No, because you can't live with me after that.
All right.
There's no-
Okay,
you can't live with me
let
after that.
Let me pay me both picture, okay? I'm your girl, okay? Ring.
Hello?
Baby, where are you? Why did you leave the concert?
The concert. I didn't leave a concert. I left a burlesque show.
It wasn't that bad. What did you expect me to do?
Wasn't that bad?
You heard the song, babe.
Heard the song.
The moment just called for it. Like, I was just, you know how it is. I got so intoxicated.
I didn't even know you could drop down like that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do all of those things.
No.
Come back home, I'll show you.
Come back home.
You are Omale groupie.
If I see you on the doorstep, I am calling the police for trespassing.
Wallah.
And that's
There's
that.
no coming back from there. There's no coming back with what you have done. You have brought shame to every. But the thing is that like the guy, I feel like is in a good place where like you know Kai Sanat is actually like helping him out.
Kai Cenat found him?
Yeah, 20 bands, gave him 20 bands, and then a lot of girls were saying also, you know, Omale is even uglier than not my words. Omale is uglier than this guy, and they were DMing him and whatnot. That woman fumbled a bag,
your
whatever
shot.
bag it was,
Shoot
whatever
your
prayer
shot.
she has prayed was not accepted.
Because
I don't
now
know.
his rank is up. Now the guy is noticed in social circles. People know who he is. People feel bad for him. They're giving him stuff. And now you're like,
Yeah.
damn.
I don't know about that, yo, because listen, his rank is up in like the public's eye.
But she did something.
But
shameful.
imagine what your rank is in your own circle. With your friends, your
I do
family.
not want to be in that group chat.
Roasting
just kick me
you.
out of it. Just kick me out of the group chat.
It is like the stories that they've put out there, or they're dating 7 years and whatnot. When he came on Kai Sanat's show, he was like they were dating less than a year and stuff like that, and it wasn't.
Oh, so they weren't even that serious.
No.
Then I'm not mad at her.
Wait,
Then I'm not mad at her.
20 bags for a year is somebody's salary. So
Yeah.
Whose salary?
people get paid $20,000 jobs. Like those exist.
Not in this country.
Excuse me. Hop over.
Not in my circle.
Just go south a little bit, okay? People are not even getting paid for
20 G's is way below the poverty line. Like that's not.
You know what? I'm sure I can pull up some statistics on this, but
Oh my God, Maya.
Okay, doke. So on to the main story. Who the f did I marry? I watched the whole thing in one go. It was 4 hours. I played it on 1.75 speed and just stayed up. The whole thing. I couldn't put it down. It was really good. After I got past part 15, I was flying.
You had it on the TV, I seen.
Yeah, I had that. Somebody put it together on YouTube. Amazing person doing God's work. I put it on there. I got a giant bowl of cereal and I just played that thing on fast. Holy crap. What a roller coaster.
I was in the bus coming home, and when I came home, I remember you had the earpiece, and
I was watching it.
and you had like a company, and I was like, "What are you listening to?" And you were like, "Give me a second, I got you."
I tried to play it on TV, but we had somebody over, and the beginning of the story is so slow, like the intro video and stuff. I was like, if it wasn't trending on Twitter, I wouldn't have even like probably stayed past the intro because it was like, get to it already. But yeah, they weren't interested, so I just popped my headphones in because I was like, it's trending for a reason. There's too many people talking about this. And then when she started getting into it after that intro video, I was like, oh my God. Let's just break it down. So it's a long 50-part series on TikTok. And if you haven't watched the whole thing, I don't blame you because it's like 4 hours. But this is essentially what happens. Risa Tisa is the main person in this. She's a woman living in the States. She's in like her 30s. She's on a dating app looking for love, looking for marriage, and to settle down. She meets a guy on there. His name is Legion. And they match and they agree to go on a date.
Not real name, just given name. She gives him like.
She gives him a name. None of the. I think she goes for anonymity here. None of the names are really None of the names are real names. So she's Risa. He's Legion. They agree to go on a date. She's over there. She's on her way over to a restaurant that they agree to meet at, and her tire pops, like, or blows out or something. Something happens to the car. So she messages him, "I'm gonna be late. This and this happened." And he said, "Just tell me where you're at." He goes to meet her where this accident happened, not a crash, but the tire thing, changes the tire for her, okay? He's a huge guy, 6'3", bulky, steps out of the car, step aside, damsel in distress, jacks the car, changes the tire, looks at her and says, "This tire is not even good enough for you, baby. Like, it's not even the right tire.
Let me get you another one.
There's a tire store right around here. Let me take you there. I'll get you the right tire." And then he buys it for her. So she's already feeling this guy.
Head over heels.
She's like, my hero. She's already feeling it. And and I don't blame her. Because if you come after I'm in distress and then just change my tire for me and then go buy me a new one, that's a great start.
Of course.
That's a hit.
Of course. And for a lot of women, I mean, you know, like you come and you assume that role. They're like, all right, cool. Sweep me off my feet.
In the 2020s, when there's an app for everything and you came and just did it with your bare hands, I'm impressed.
On, sexy.
Yeah, I gotta say, my biggest takeaway just from the beginning of that story was that women need to learn how to change their tires.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not hard. Ladies,
not gonna lie.
Don't depend on a man to come and save you. Because what if he didn't show up?
There's probably an
What
app.
if a worse man showed up to help you?
I swear to God.
I'm not sure that could have happened to her because we're gonna get into the rest of the story.
before we continue, I just want to say something. This happened to me, like, and I really love the fact that you said like women have to learn. I was with one of my best friends, and our tire blew out, and my best friend is a male, and like, you know, he was like, I got this, and I could tell like he was putting the whole thing in the wrong way, and I was like, and it wasn't my car, and I was like, bro, listen, we don't want to destroy this thing, let's just drive. So it was like going like this, and then I like the whole time we were stopping, let it rest for a bit, and then we go on. We made it
embarrassing.
We made it home like that. But I swear to God, me and him almost fought because I was like, you don't have to be that man. Let it go.
I thought you were gonna say you knew how to change the tires. I was gonna be so impressed. But you guys just
We fucked up that car way
Yeah,
more.
the car was okay.
Okay, so the tire thing happens. It's sexy as hell. He goes and gets her a new tire. He pays for it. This guy's just racking up points on this first date. They go to the restaurant. She follows him or he follows her to the restaurant. They're sitting down, they're eating, and they're talking about serious life stuff. Talking about, what do you want out of life? I want to get married. I want children. I want to settle down. And they're like, the way she talks about it, they're interviewing each other.
Exactly.
I understand wanting to get your purpose out there. You know, I'm not here to date around. But the rest of it should be about
how many kids and like, you know what I mean? When do you want to get married and stuff like that? We just met. I don't even know if I'm going to like you tomorrow. I don't even know if I want to continue this conversation. You know what I mean? So like us talking about how many kids, and I feel like he's the one that started it.
Well, they were both into it. They both played into it. She was like, she was the type of woman who's at a time in her life where she feels like I should already have these things. Mm-hmm. So she was about it when he was talking that talk.
Yeah, no, for me that would have been a red flag. And also another thing that I want to say is that the tire blowing out, for me, like I consider myself a spiritual person. If God is telling you, do not go. Like, I am helping you. Do not go.
God should have cut the brakes.
You know what I mean?
Something. Because that tire blowing out set the stage for Legion.
Okay, but what if Legion came in and he's like, don't worry, babe, I know how to fix your brakes too.
No, I mean, like, send me to the hospital with non-critical injuries. Non-critically.
You know, yeah, send a very strong signal. You know?
Cut the brakes. First of all, you set me up. God set her up. Okay? Because Legion knows how to change tires, and God should have known that. God should have known that he would have came over there and fixed that thing lickety split. Cut the brakes or something. You know what I mean?
Oh man, oh my God, I feel like God was on her side, but like, you know,
Forced me to crash into a women's shelter. You know what I mean? Be less subtle.
oh my God, go ahead.
So anyhow, God set the stage for Legion to look like a hero, and he did. They had a dinner. It was amazing. I'm on the same page as you. You're on the same page as me. This is incredible. Or probably look like this is forever. This is right around the time that the COVID pandemic is about to like blow up, in that there's going to be lockdowns. People can't go home. People can't go out. Stores are closing. Blah blah blah. And Legion and Risa decide to have a conversation. You know, what is our plan for lockdown? Do you want to lock down at your place? Do you want to lock down at my place? He lives in a studio at this point. So she's thinking, why do you live in a studio? Because at dinner, you told me you're a manager at some condiment company. And he was like, I'm looking for a house. So obviously I'm not going to get a big place because I'm looking for a house. So this is economical. In fact, let me show you some of the houses that I've been looking at. In fact, let me show you my correspondence with the bank. You know what I mean? This is how your man's rolling.
With the realtor, he said, you know, like I've been like already been talking to somebody that is looking for houses for me. This is our conversation,
You know?
and everything. The man, and you're like thinking he's solid. Like this is just
He's
temporary.
smart. He's so smart. He's not wasting money.
Yeah.
He's a serious guy who wants a house. So then she's like, you know what? Let's shack up at my place. I live in a townhome. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Shack up is really funny though. It's like this just okay, cool.
She said, let's post up at my place. I have a townhome, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. He goes there. He thinks, wow, this is a nice spot. Way better than a studio. So they agree to stay there together, and they've only known each other for a few weeks.
To say the least, he gets comfortable by even taking over some of the bills.
Okay, yeah, that's the next super hot, manly thing that he does. So he moves in with her for the quarantine period, and while he's there, he says to her, don't even worry about the bills. Big Legion's got it. Big Daddy's got it. Don't worry about your rent. Don't worry about the food, the hydro, the whatever is going on here.
Who is this man?
Godsend.
Godsend.
Thank you, Lord. And she's thinking, I don't need him to do this, but this is crazy nice. And now, you know, it's in the 2020s. I'm sure she has her own bills to pay, and she's thinking, I can take a breather, save some money. And this guy is obviously committed. He wasn't lying at dinner because he's trying to show me that nothing is too far here. I'm here. I said I want to be your man. I'm going to pay your bills. And she's thinking, I'm winning. That's it. I'm winning.
Yeah.
This guy's here. He wants to do this.
Yeah.
Thank you. He pays, like, she pays her car bills and stuff, but he pays everything else. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
So they're living like that for a while. It's going on. They fall into a daily routine. They both work from home. She gets online. She calls her mom and aunt every single day. He calls his brothers and sisters every single day, and they talk on the phone. He and his brother love football. Apparently, Legion used to play arena football, which is basically indoor football. It's not like as big as regular football, but he made a lot of money from it when he was playing at like San Diego State or something like that. And he's been putting that money aside, and that's why he's doing so well, and it's nothing to him. And he's showing her some of his like American accounts that he has at Chase Bank and stuff. But girl, the real money's in the offshore stuff. So you don't know about that. That's beyond your tax bracket.
You know that the money is serious when somebody's talking about offshore accounts.
Yes. And she's never seen that kind of money. So she's thinking to herself, oh, I don't know what this is. But what he's telling me is, I can't keep this money in the States. They can't know about this when it comes to tax season. I don't need Obama or Trudeau finding out what I have, so I send it overseas so I can get, you know what I mean? That's how big guys do it. Don't worry about it, though. Don't worry about it, though. That's how. And she's impressed. He's changing tires. He's paying bills. He has money in other countries. He has money in this country. He's paying who is this man? I put in the work. I'm a good Christian girl, and God sees me.
I mean, what else?
The minute a man tells me don't worry about it, I am so worried about it. Okay? I am concerned.
Even if he's already paying all the bills. Even if he's been
I don't know
flooding you with money.
I'm just so jaded over the years of mistrust and abuse. I'm just, somebody could tell me the sky is blue, and until I go outside and see the sky is blue, it is not blue.
Yeah, and you know, she actually said something like that. Like, she had questioned herself a lot, to a point that she said, like, are you hurt so much that you cannot
That I can't accept happiness?
that somebody has come into your life that, you know, is taking all the stress away from you. And so in that way, she let go, and she kind of like wanted to just, you know, she deserved it.
But okay, is it not a red flag that he has a different name and what he chooses to go by is Legion?
No. That's
She
not.
gave
She
him
gave him the name Legion.
No, in the video she said that he goes by this name.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did she say that?
But black people do that a lot, so that's not a red flag.
That's not my point. The point is that the name he chose was Legion, a group of demons.
Well,
You chose that?
Legion just sounds cool.
Legion kind of sounds good, but I didn't know about the demons. How many?
You know what? Maybe then it just worked out. Maybe that was just a red flag. That
Wait,
nobody was
Legion means a group of
talking about.
demons.
In Christianity, yeah.
But it means something else too.
It means many.
Yeah, I was gonna say Legion is like, yeah.
But they're Christian folk.
This man had different personalities. I can just
Yes,
say, like, I mean,
definitely had many of them.
I mean that is enough. Go ahead.
I would share your initial skepticism, you know, oh, is this real or anything? But when you do all of those things in that order, you know, you're practically capable, you are showing all of this commitment, and then you come in and you take over my rent.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you have your own bills and they're also being paid at this time, and it's nothing for you to just add all of my expenses to it. I can understand how Risa is taken by this, how that would put somebody, that would get your guard to come down.
In the day of the advancement of the Nigerian prince scam and how good it has developed to the point where now there are people who can front that money for a short period of time, you know, just knowing that this is the world I exist in and I am a vulnerable target.
She didn't see Twitter swindler. She didn't see that yet.
Mistake.
But the
She didn't
thing
see
is
that.
that like you have to also accept that she started doing like voice diary.
Well, yeah, let's not get too far.
No, I'm saying like because she started like questioning, like, you know,
Not early.
yeah, not early, but like yeah, go ahead.
So what B is alluding to is eventually, not right at the beginning, but certainly, I'm wrong, maybe early on, but not right at the beginning, Risa starts keeping a diary. It's like a voice note diary that she keeps on her phone, and it's basically about a little feeling that she has in the back of her mind, in the base of her skull, that's telling her that something's sus, and she can't quite put her finger on it, so she just likes to speak into this diary and kind of get it off her chest.
It's your third eye. I will say this. There's also, have you ever had this feeling where, like, you know, you're not watching anybody and then you're like looking away, but then you feel this feeling that somebody's watching you?
All the time.
Somebody's looking at you?
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's
What-
actually a biological response in your brain because evolutionarily, when we were cave people, the way that we would protect ourselves from predators is that we have like this sixth sense of detecting they're
Yeah,
nearby,
I
and you
believe-
have to retreat. So
So she feels like things are sus, but she's not really sure exactly why they're sus. And the relationship continues on from there. She's logging into work, he's doing his thing, they're catching up with their family. She even speaks to his aunt on the phone. He speaks to her mom and stuff. So things are getting pretty serious. And then comes up a question, hey, do we want to renew the lease on your place, Risa? Or, you know, should we just go ahead and buy a house together? I was going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
So I guess, should I buy a house for me or should I buy a house for us? And
And he says, I plan to marry you, so we should.
what's the holdup? Why would I buy a bachelor house when we're obviously going to get married? So then they're like, let's buy a house together. And then starts house hunting. Risa's on cloud 9.
Anybody would be.
Everything's
Anybody.
falling into place. Everything's falling into place. Nothing is going wrong. They go house hunting. She sees the houses. I can imagine myself in this kitchen. I can imagine myself in this backyard. This is how I would decorate the place. She's falling in love. But house after house falls through, one reason or another. You know, like the interest rate is not great, the seller backed out, the blah, blah, blah. And then she gets pregnant. So she's feeling this sense of dread. Something's up. We can't even buy a house. But she's pregnant now, and she's thinking, I have to lock this down. I'm a Christian girl. I don't believe I want to have a baby out of wedlock. This is getting serious now. It's going to weigh on my spirit if I'm not a married woman. So they have, they go ahead and get married. It's unromantic. Apparently, he just plops a box next to her and is like, you know, what, it is what it is. So they get married, and unfortunately, the pregnancy is not viable. So she doesn't end up having his baby. They decide to go house hunting again shortly after that. And then this time, Risa says, last time things didn't really work out. And I didn't know what was going on. So this time, I really want to be involved, and I want all the communication coming through me.
I want to add here something, but go ahead.
Can you say again the pregnancy was not viable? And stay with me on this joke, okay?
Say it.
But unfortunately, the pregnancy wasn't viable.
Hello?
Who's there?
It's me, God.
Shut up.
Again.
So evil.
I am back.
Yeah, but this is a better statement. God, if this was divine intervention, it saved her life.
You know what I mean? And honestly, like, oh, thank you so much for making that joke. And it's not a joke, guys. The tire. And now the baby. And then also, before you continue, I really, and she appreciated the realtors too. I really appreciate the real Scott and the lady. I don't remember her name. The lady, bro. When they were going back and forth with like, you show us proof of your funds, and then this guy was like,
oh yeah, that's about to come up. To come up.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this time she says, I want to be involved in everything. Send the information through me. And so the realtors are emailing her, and she's making sure that Legion is signing everything. Everything's on the dotted line. And then after seeing several more houses and more failed attempts, they come across this house. It's $750,000, which is exactly what Legion is approved for. And he tells the sellers, I'm going to put it down all cash, bump all this nonsense. I don't want to go back and forth. My wife wants this house. Let's make it happen. The sellers are ecstatic. $750K. That's $750,000. Yes.
Let me say something, please. How long has she lived with this man after this time?
A couple of months, at least. A few months.
And so far, she has seen Chase approval thingy, his checkings and savings and whatnot, whatever, just the phone and whatnot. But all of a sudden, the man is paying $750,000 in the cash. And for me, I would have asked, like, you know, and this is what, after you say back and forth, I would say, if you don't want to show the other ones, at least show me.
So the sellers hear that it's going to be $750,000 cash, and they're excited. It's a yes. Let's go ahead and get the house. Then a standoff happens. The sellers want proof that Legion has the money, and Legion's trying to say, I'm not going to show you my information until you say yes to the deal. And then Risa's thinking, why are we getting caught up in another like failed house purchase attempt? So she goes and she talks to her friends and family and says, this is the situation. And they say to her, some of them say, you know what, I get Legion. I'm not trying to show you what's in my account until you tell me that you're going to accept the deal, because what if you try to up the offer or start some sort of bidding war? And some people are just like, if he has the money, then, you know, what's the holdup? And so she's thinking, let me back my man here. He wants to do it this way. Let's insist. But the sellers are immovable from their position. They're not going to accept the offer until he has proof. At this point, the realtor is just like, just flex on these guys. Just show them you have the money. Let them know it's not a big deal. I have it in cash. And, you know, just like shut this whole mess down. I promise you they're not going to do anything with the offer. It's going to be the same. But Legion just says no. Okay. I'm not doing that.
Let me tell you right there, okay? Another red flag right there, and I don't know if this is because I'm mistrusting, but wealthy people do not need to hide their wealth. And if you got it like that, then you wouldn't even be worried about a bidding war, because he is coming out like he's all that and he's got the money to back it up. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm all for, you know, I also like realize when you said like, you know, she was backing up her man and stuff like that. Okay, cool. But then show me.
Show me the money.
Your wife.
Yes.
Show me.
Yes.
Show me the money, you know, show me. And then I can be okay. And But then, like, that's the only time that I judged this woman. I was like, if he's refusing to show the other people money, like, and then she was like, she just did not ask. I was really hoping for her to say, just show me the cash so that I am okay, and the rest of the people are.
Even the realtor was like, just show it to me.
Yeah.
Let me let these people know that you have it and it's nothing to you. But he says no. And then that house falls apart as well. This continues. A lot more sus things happen in the middle. Legion is like cursed with a bunch of people in his life dying. So let me back up here for a second. This is his second marriage when he's marrying Risa. When they're at the courthouse or whatever, he put down that he had been married once before, and he had been honest with her from the jump. Said, I was married, I don't have any kids, but I do have stepkids, and I'm super tight with them. And throughout their entire relationship and marriage, he's been keeping in contact with his stepkids, and apparently the ex-wife hates him, is taking him for a ride on alimony, getting all this money from him every month, because, he's not willing to abandon those kids, and then one of those kids dies. Legion's heartbroken. He's sad. He's inconsolable. He's roaming around the house. He's clutching pillows. He's crying into them, all that stuff. And then somebody else dies, like grandparent or something.
I think the grandparent and the uncle die of COVID first, and then the stepdaughter dies.
Yeah. It's like a series of deaths. Mm-hmm. And he is inconsolable and he's so sad. And this is really convenient timing because as his wife's suspicion is starting to build, he's suddenly in all of these tragedies. So how can you ask a man who's broken down and crying about all these people that he loves dying, what's what? And she's a religious person.
Let me tell you how. I would walk right up to him and be like, yeah, I'm so sorry about your loss. Okay, what the fuck are you doing to me, though? Let's just figure this out. Because while we're traumatizing you anyways, let's just cake on cake. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God. I'll be there like, oh, it's so sad that they died. Plus, the house fell through. I mean,
the thing is that, like, she was saying that she doesn't play about death and she takes it, like, really serious. And so it's like, since it's really that serious to her, it's like, this is the time that I don't question people. This is the time that I'm supposed to be
timing was perfect.
Yeah, supportive. And he knew what he was doing. He was doing.
Baby girl does not play about death. But who you should not be playing about is yourself. Okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There are more important things on the line here. Yeah. Okay.
But she's not questioning this stuff.
Yeah,
so when we say she's not, she doesn't.
She's a kind person, and we're obviously understanding that I'm not. Yeah, I would come at this with ferocity.
So, excuse me. So when she's saying I don't play about death, it means that if somebody says somebody died, I'm not questioning it. I'm there for you because I take death so seriously that it's unfathomable to me that somebody would lie about something so serious. So when she's saying I don't play about this stuff, that's why she's saying I need to be a good wife, I need to be a good Christian, and be there for my man.
I totally agree.
So all these bad things are happening to Legion. Oh my God, poor Legion. What can I do for you, baby? What can I do for you, baby? Okay, the house stuff is off the table. And at this point, Risa's low-key really relieved. She keeps giving Legion these out. She's like, oh, we're pregnant, we should stop. Oh, this happened, we should stop. Oh, this, we should stop. Really, she's just getting frustrated that none of this stuff is working out. Her mom comes to visit at some point, and she's like, Mom, don't you bring up a house. And if he brings up a house, shut that conversation down. I don't want to hear no house talk. I'm tired of it. It never works out. So this is all kind of working out for him. Then he brings up cars.
When the mom was coming, like, she went through his phone and stuff like that, and she realized that he was sexting somebody.
Whoa, back it up. Hold
Before.
on, I did not hear this.
Okay, so.
Sorry, what?
Before the mom comes by, Legion's like in the shower or something like that, and his phone notification goes off, and she checks it, and then what she sees is sus. He's been sexting these women. She goes into
I want to say
Facebook.
something here. So basically, a message comes through, and the message is like the name is the same name as his auntie. Like, I really don't remember the name. So she opens the thing and she's like, okay, this is the auntie. That's not sus. And then apparently she finds out he has a messenger, and then she finds out that, you know how messenger shows you like the how many messages that you have bubbling up. So he has 3 unread messages, and so she goes on there, and then she finds out how he has been talking to these women, and he has been saying nasty stuff,
Freak shit.
and she was like, this man can do all these things, and then he was like, he was being a saint with me in my own bed and stuff like that.
Well,
You know
now
what I
we
mean?
know why he was being a saint, because he was getting it somewhere else.
Yeah.
No, apparently they never had any
I
physical
would not believe
thing.
a word.
No. Because
way-
of the way the messages were going, it was like they were talking about trying to hook up and stuff. So
I bet you if it weren't COVID, then he would have.
That's exactly what she said.
Yeah.
If it weren't for COVID, they would have met up and stuff like that. And first
But there was definitely one message that was like afterwards he did end up doing something with them because he was like, thank you. He was paying somebody.
yeah,
So
yeah,
she
he was
also
paying
found out that he was paying for sex after this. That he was like, oh, thank you for the service or whatever. And she was quoting him
Yeah.
on prices. The hand job is this. So anyhow, all that stuff goes on his phone. And she confronts him about it, but then decides to forgive him because that's her choice. Mom comes over while they're kind of beefing about this, and she says, while my mom's here, we're going to present a united front, and I don't want my mom to know about any of this stuff. So Mom comes over, and they're putting on a big old show for Mom. Oh, we're happy, we're in love, we're so happy, we're so in love. And then Mom says later on, I said, Zozo, you can't have that. It's a plushie, and you cannot have it. Sorry. Inside, Zozo. Come on, go away. It's shoot day. Don't do this. Thanks,
Inside.
y'all. So he says, she says, when my mom's here at the United Front, we're not going to show her any drama. So Mom sees a picture perfect Risa and Legion while she's there. And later on, she'll say, oh, I sensed something was sus. But at the time, she thought, you know what, they're not giving me any reason to do anything. They got her a nice room. They showed her, like, whatever. So all that stuff happens. And then comes the car thing. This is the second big purchase that Legion dangles in Risa's face, and it doesn't work out. He tells her, tell me your dream car. And she says it's it's between an Audi and some sort of...
No, she
No,
wanted a
it's a
BMW.
BMW
She wanted a
X5.
BMW with the charcoal color, with charcoal
Cognac
interior. Yeah, charcoal cognac interior color. And
And
honestly,
match
I feel like this man is the devil in disguise.
Because he asked her for everything. He said, tell me the car, the make,
Why?
the color, what's the leather going to be like, all of it. Just
Why?
describe it to the last detail. He really made her believe we're going to go get it. I just need the details. We're going to go get it. It's a done deal. The only thing stopping this is me knowing like the color scheme you're after. They go to the dealership. They go test out other cars. All these luxury brands. He tells her test drive it. The salespeople are so ecstatic. He's been promoted at this point, so he's not a manager at the
a VP.
condiment company. He's a VP at the condiment company, and VP's got it like that. Work is gonna cover the car. Work is gonna get me a car. So you know what, baby girl, I got this money for you. Plus, work is gonna be paying for some of it, so don't even trip. They go to the dealership. He gets the papers signed. He makes them fat. He makes them quote him, and then he gets on the phone again. Oh, hey, Mike, no. I'm at the dealership ready to sign off on these papers for my wife. Yeah. So I just need you to send over some information that they need. Yeah. Can you go ahead and do that now? Yeah, I can give you a few minutes. Picks up again. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's only Chris that can approve this? Is he there? Oh, no, that's right. He's off. That's a bummer. Okay, you know what? It's okay. We'll just circle back and do this another time. He does that to her several times.
Knowing what we know, it is psychopathic,
Sadistic.
messed up shit that you're doing. What do you mean? I'm on the phone.
Let's not even spoil it. Let's not even spoil it. So the cars don't work out, and Risa's getting pissed. So she gets herself a reasonable car that she can afford, that she doesn't need him to help her with. It's nice to have the dream, and if my husband wants to buy me a luxury car, like unprovoked, why would I say I would be excited too? But this guy has been letting her down, so she says to herself, you know what? I'm gonna get myself a car. She gets like a Toyota Camry or something like that. It was like a basic car.
I want to add something here. Basically, he says after months of test driving and stuff like that, he's like, okay, you've picked. She picks an Audi, so he's like, okay, it's going to be delivered to the house. And
he takes it further. I forgot. So he says he signed the papers without her, right? Because he brings back the car talk. After it falls through, he brings the car talk back around. And she says, enough with the BS. Go get a car and bring it here if it's real. And he's like, but baby, I don't know if it's an Audi or if it's this. She's like, pick one. I don't care. They're both amazing cars. You pick, sign it up with her, and bring it here. And he's like, bet. He goes to the place. He said, I got it all done. Baby girl's being delivered this Saturday. Make sure you're home.
She stays from work, from home, and whatnot, and
It's supposed to be at like 12. 12 comes. 1 comes.
3, was it 12 to 3 or something like that? And time goes by, and obviously a car is not coming.
Baby girl, that's my bad. The delivery guy got stuck. Traffic. And then there was like an accident. It's not his fault. But basically, it's coming Tuesday. So just stay home again. The car doesn't show up. She's tired of his lies. She needs a car. She gets herself a car. But guess what? Now that he's a VP, work did promise him a car. And it turns out to be pretty much the exact car she wanted. And he's sending her pictures of his new luxury car from work while she's driving around in her Toyota or whatever. And he says, we don't really live in a safe neighborhood, so I'm never bringing that car to the house either. It's too nice for your bitch ass house. Okay. So,
Jesus Christ. Just wrong.
okay, but he's like, I'm not bringing it to your gross house. So it is what it is. I leave it at work, and yeah. So then they're whipping around one day as a couple, just on out.
I think they went on a date night too.
On a date night.
Yeah.
And then they're driving, and he's like, oh my God, you see that giant, cool looking building over there? Yeah, we just bought an office there.
No, it is some TSA, whatever. I really don't remember. But he says, do you see the big building? Yeah, behind it, our office bought it.
Yeah,
and
we bought it. She's like, it's a condiment company. Why did you guys need a fancy office?
And he's like, no, it's just the offices.
You're so ignorant. That's not
Yeah.
the factory,
Come
girl.
on,
That's just
girl.
where the big men work. That's
Get
where
with the
I
times.
work.
Get with the
So
times.
silly. You wouldn't know about that stuff. So yeah. And my luxury car, parked back there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she hits him with a reverse Uno. Baby, I've never seen your office.
Take me there.
Take me there, VP. Oh, you want to go to the office? What a
No.
great idea.
Yeah.
You've never been to my office. That's so crazy. I got my key card too. Perfect. You know what? Let me just call Mike and make sure the key card will get me upstairs, because I know it gets me through the front door, but it's closed right now, so hold up. Hang tight. Mike. Yeah. I'm in the car with Risa. I want to show my wife the office. No, she's never been. Can you believe that? No. Yeah, we're close by. My key card just opens the bottom door though, so can you go ahead and make sure I can... Oh, it's... Okay, yeah. No, I forgot. Can you just give him a call and let him know I'm coming by? Oh, yeah. No, that's my bad. No, okay. No, I'm gonna head home instead. Yeah. It's cool. I'll show her some other time. Baby, I'm so silly. My key card just opens the bottom floor. I can't get upstairs. Mike was gonna help me, but you remember Chris? Yeah, he's the only one that can change up the code or whatever. So I'm gonna have to show you the office another time. And of course, yeah, the car's parked there. So if I can't get to the front, I can't get to the back. I'm gonna have to show you the car next time too.
So I know where the building is.
Yeah.
I've made a mental note.
Yeah.
As he's talking, I'm already dropping a pin on Google Maps on that address.
Exactly, like the social
Monday
security.
morning, I'm calling up the directory, looking for every single mic, and be like, do you work with...
Exactly.
Because that's my man.
Yo, so he did all that. She just remembers all of this stuff now that, looking back. So they head home. He couldn't show her the office. Then he gets injured. A bunch of other stuff happens in the middle.
Yeah.
But the real juicy bit comes when Legion gets injured. And this is not something he's lying about.
Honestly, first of all, she starts looking into his past and stuff like that, because now, she has a social security number that she got during their marriage that he wrote down, that she mentally, captured and whatnot. So she started looking into his past, but then did not find, nothing came up. But then she's really, really sus. And the last straw that broke the camel's back was when the man said, the office, okay, I'm whatever, and she's like, no, I really need to dig deeper than what it is here, and I really don't know how she asks for the second social security number. Oh yes,
For the loan.
no. So basically, what happens is that her new car, the Toyota,
Yeah.
she writes is it his name or something like that, but then she's paying the bills or something like that. I really don't know, but she has to get a
He's
job.
paying the car note. So he's paying the monthly car payments. And so she ends up needing his social security number.
No, she would want to go get a job, and then the job that she gets once her spouse's
Yes. So she gets a new job. He makes fun of her when she says, I'm going to get this job. And she says, you're laughing at me because I want to get a better job.
Can you imagine?
Narcissist.
Hate her. So she goes, hits, like pounds the pavement, gets a job. Then during the onboarding process, they need your spouse's information because she said, I'm married.
Yeah.
And it's a job in like something to do with law enforcement or in that field.
Yeah.
So they don't play around.
Yeah.
They need your spouse's information as well. So she needs his social security number. And when she gives it to them, they're like,
No, he kind of like, gives her the runaround, and then he finally gives her a social security number. But
oh
then,
yeah, he says, I don't want to give it to you. But then she has the mental note of the old security number.
no, he gives her a new social security number, but she realizes that these two don't match. She has the mental note of the old one.
Yeah, that's what I
and
mean.
The new one don't match, but then she looks into this one, and then she finds out a little bit that he was married, and then
So when they were first getting married, he has to write down his social security number on the marriage certificate.
Yeah.
And then she takes a mental note of that and then looks into that one. But no criminal record or anything comes up. So she's like, okay, whatever. And then now that she has the new job, she needs the social security number again. Last time she took a mental note. This time she's asking him for it. And when he gives it to her, what she knows is that your social security number is based on what state you live in. And so based on the state, like if you live in Georgia, for example, it might, or is Georgia a state? So if you live in like California,
Atlanta is a state, no?
Atlanta, Georgia. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
so
Georgia's.
that's a state.
So whatever. So say you live in California. Your social security number will start with 123, for example. So she knew what the first three numbers were already because she associated with an address. So when he gave her the new social security number, it was beyond a doubt that it was different because she knew that that was associated to a specific part of the United States.
100%.
So she was like, oh, this is a different number.
Yeah.
And then she looks into this number and it has a bunch of different addresses associated with it and stuff like that.
And never California, by the way.
And Never California, where he said he played arena football.
Arena football, and he married his ex. Met his ex, married his ex, and divorced his ex in California.
I think you have to get divorced in the same state that you get married in or something because she said he got divorced in California too.
Yes,
So
that's what I'm saying. He got married and divorced in California,
Yeah.
but that's not the truth.
it is not listed on this
That's not
social.
the truth, exactly.
So her spidey senses are blowing up at this point. And then shortly after that comes the injury. So this man breaks his foot or something. And then he didn't break his foot, he hurt his knee. And then he lied about how he said it was an accident. Then he said it was an old football injury. But it looks like bad. He's in bed. He refuses to walk because he can't put the weight on it. He's pounding Gatorades. He's not eating. He's losing weight. So this is one thing that she's like, for sure you've hurt yourself. I just don't know how. But while you're in bed, I'm going to take advantage of everything. She has his phone. She has his laptop. She's going in there. She's taking screenshots. And what she finds in the phone shatters her existence.
Yes, I feel like before she talks to the wife, she finds out that the bank accounts and stuff like that were screenshots.
So let's just go through what she finds in the beginning. She goes in there, goes into the photos, and what does she see in the photos? So let me just, do you have a phone near you or something? Let me just borrow this for a second. So when Legion is like showing her his bank account info, he'll be like, oh yeah, let me pull up my app. See? That's I'm logging in. Okay, you can see it. Okay, logged in. Boom. That's the balance. Stop asking me questions. You can see the money. It's right there. What does she find in the photo app? Frigging screenshots of somebody else's account.
Google Photos.
She does reverse images. It's on Google Photos. What this guy was doing was showing her that he's opening a bank app, see? And then switching from the bank app to photos, pulling up the thing, see? And he's been lying to her, flexing on her, oh, I have this money.
I want to add something here. Not only was he lying about the banks, he was lying about the car because you did a
Reverse
search
Google
on the,
image.
yeah, the car, the house that he said that him and his first wife were married in and whatnot. Everything was Google images.
He had
Nothing was
everything
true.
he was showing her from his past. Reverse search, and it's just on Google. This woman's life is just falling apart in front
Yeah.
of her eyes. She doesn't know what's going on. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. He lied about his finances. He lied about where he grew up. He lied about having that car that she couldn't see because it was in the back of the office and your house is too ghetto for me to bring my nice car to.
She also finds out, because she goes deep into records and stuff like that. She also finds out that he was never in California. He got married in Georgia.
Yeah, and who's this Georgia wife now? So he didn't play arena football. Surprise, surprise. So that football injury that he's nursing right now in another room ain't no
Offshore
football injury.
account.
There are no first of all, there are no once you have the stock photo images, I don't need to worry about no frigging offshore accounts.
No way.
You don't have onshore money. You don't have bus money. Like, okay, he had money for the bills that he was paying at the house because this guy had a regular job. She found pay stubs from where he worked.
He was working at the condiment company. Yes, he was working, but he got fired for reasons.
And
that
he
we
was a
don't know.
forklifter.
Yeah,
So
he was a forklifter.
she found his license for like forklifting and stuff like that. So she put two and two together. She found his pay stubs and she found licenses that he got for forklifting. So this guy was lifting. He was doing a fine job, and he didn't need to lie because obviously he could afford her bills and everything when he moved in with her
Yeah.
because he was making a decent living. But he said he had to lie and say he was doing much better.
I guess we will like go into the
Oh, there's-
family,
yeah,
right?
there's-
and stuff
okay,
like
so
that.
that's just
So-
a tip of the
so
iceberg.
What like turns everything to its head is like as she's digging through like the booklet, like whatever she finds out, she finds
Let's start with the ex-wife.
yeah, she finds marriage certificates and stuff like that. She goes into the court. She kind of like undiscloses all the
Certificates.
certificates, not
Because he
one.
said he was only married once before, and she's finding more than one marriage certificate.
Twice. He was
and
married
that still isn't the biggest lie.
So let's call the first wife Mary, and then let's call the second wife
Latoya.
Or something like that. So when she finds the first wife's marriage certificate, she searches her and stuff like that. The woman doesn't have social media and whatnot, but somehow, some point, she leaves her phone number into the documents that she has. So she gets her phone number from the documents.
From the divorce documents
Yeah.
stuff. So she looks up his old divorce, finds her phone number through the court records, and calls this woman up.
This woman, and the thing, the reply she gets is like, how bad is it?
The woman was waiting for her call. She knew Legion was out there doing this to some next woman because she was married to him once before. She fell for everything Risa had fallen for. And then comes big lie number one. Risa is asking her about this. The woman's like, Legion's lied about everything. He's lied about literally everything. Whatever he said to you is a dirty freaking lie. And then she's like, I heard about your daughter. And she's like, what about my daughter?
What did he say about my daughter?
What did he say about my daughter? Risa doesn't have the
She's
heart.
He said she was sick or something.
Yeah,
like that.
she doesn't
And
have the
she was
heart to tell her.
Bro, the girl is alive, kicking and alive, and I'm so happy like she's alive. But why?
She couldn't say to the woman
Of
like,
course.
he said your kid's dead.
Another
She was
thing-
like, oh, he said the kid's sick or something.
Another thing that he said was that they are 7 children or something like that. Him.
We'll get to that part with the brothers and stuff.
The wife tells her that the two sisters do not exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the sisters, because
Yeah.
the brother thing fucks me up, messes me up more.
So basically, he told Risa Tisa that he has 2 sisters and 3 brothers or something like that. And so when she's talking to the wife and she's like, everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. And she's like, how about the sisters, which are like, I've never met them. And it's like, which sisters?
There are no sisters.
She said there are no sisters. I don't know any sisters.
Let's pause here for a second. Legion has been making fake phone calls.
Yeah, the whole time. Like, what do you mean? That one messes with my head.
He spoke to the sister several times.
Every morning. Hey!
No, that's the brother.
Oh, yeah.
But he spoke to the sister bare times. And she doesn't exist. So she's wondering, who is this woman that he's pretending is his sister? But she doesn't know how deep it's about to get. She starts digging in, and she finds Legion's brother.
No. So basically, when she talks to the wife, and the wife tells her everything is a lie, she comes into the bedroom. At this point, he's not kicked out yet, right? She comes into the bedroom and she's like, "You never went to..." What did she say?
No, she talks to the brother and everything.
No, she doesn't. Because when he goes to the family is when the cousin calls her and she says, like, he's saying, that's what happens. And then the cousin connects her to the brother and
Oh,
stuff like
that's
that.
right,
So
that's
she
right.
comes after the wife.
That's when she
comes
tries
into
to
the
kill him.
room. Yeah. After the wife, she comes into the room and says that you never went to... I forget that part. What does she say? You know?
Oh, yeah, I can't remember. Okay, so she got the down low from the wife.
Yeah.
The sisters aren't real. Nothing about this guy is real. And she's asking herself, what have I got myself into? The kid is alive. This guy lies about death. My life is in danger. This guy lies about death. He's going to try to... Okay. And then she goes into the room. Legion's there, bedridden, losing weight, looking nasty, Gatorade bottles everywhere.
Piss-filled Gatorade bottles.
And she doesn't know it's piss-filled yet.
Oh, yeah,
She
she
just
doesn't
sees
know.
Gatorade everywhere. And she's looking at him with disgust. She hates him. And he's sitting there, pitiful, nasty. And she's just looking at him. And she says that she came in there calm. But below the calm was a Pompeii level rage, okay? An earth ravaging rage.
Ooh.
So she goes up to him and she's like, Legion, you didn't play arena football at California State.
Bro, that pissed me off.
And he was like, girl, I told you already. I had a private citizenship status. What are you bringing this up again?
No,
Private
the private citizen was like, she called, we forgot to say this. She calls the school that he said that he was enrolled in, and she calls him, and then the headmistress like, never heard of that name. And she's like, you never went to that school, did you?
She confronted him about this before. She confronted him about this ages ago. She's like, bro, I called your school, and they didn't say, and they said that you didn't go there. And he's like, you're so dumb. My dad paid money so that I would be a private citizen, you ignorant woman. Of course you're not gonna have my records. Of course you're not gonna have my... God, you don't know anything.
What you mean?
She went...
Pull anything out of his ass.
Bro!
He knows. So she goes to him and she goes, Legion, you didn't play no arena football. And he's like, this again. What did I tell you about being a private citizen? Why are you bringing this to me?
My information is not out there.
And then she's like, you're lying. This is done. I need you to go ahead.
Sorry, can I just say before
Yeah.
you continue? It's like, she came in, was hoping, like, maybe now that he is sick, that he's feeling something, he's going to be honest with me one last time.
Dumb.
She was really, like, the whole Irene thing, the way she asked, like, she was really hoping. The man said that, listen, I have been messing with you. I really, like, never liked you.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, psych, I'm sorry. She was just at least, like, do that to me and say, like, me, I messed up in my head and that's how
My dad worked for the government. So we have protection.
No, and he just went deep into the lie and she was like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yo, when I was a kid, I had all these Vietnamese kids living in the neighborhood, and they would tell me that they're like in with the Asian mob. Okay?
What do you mean?
Because, okay, in Driftwood, like Ace, go home. Please. Don't be burning my face. The light. Okay, run for your life. So, the desperation she has for the lifestyle that this guy's dangling in front of her face is clouding her judgment. It's making her make dumb decisions. So, she confronts him about this, and he's like, you're so dumb. Obviously, like, don't bring this stuff up to me again about that private citizen nonsense. And then she said, the jig is up. The jig is up. The jig is up. I spoke to your ex-wife. And he's like, look, and now he has a dead expression on his face.
Yo.
Dead. The fake soul he's been projecting through his pupils is gone. It's black. It's nothing.
The jig is up.
The jig is up. So she's like, I spoke to your wife. I know everything. Okay? And now I need you to go get the hell up out of my house. I know that kid ain't dead. I know all of it. And they went to marriage counseling.
Like the kid also. No, did she tell them the kid?
She says everything to me. So then they went to marriage counseling early on, to like a religious marriage counseling. And at that time, the preacher and his wife were like, "Y'all ain't gonna make it."
No.
Because they didn't like that at all. So when this fight, she says she started rocking back and forth like a boxer. She said the rage was coming out of her. She didn't know what to do. She was trying to hold it together. Then he calls his aunt, and she calls her mom and the pastor. Everybody's on the phone. Everyone's on speaker. She's screaming at this point. The calmness is gone. This guy says to his aunt, "Oh, I ain't never lied to her." That was it. If that room was full of gasoline, he lit a match
And
with that
threw it.
sentence and threw it in there because she unleashed. She was like, "Nothing you've ever said is true. Everything's a lie." She's screaming from the background. The aunt is trying to calm him down. Everyone's trying to tell him to leave. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, and then the aunt says, literally after she hears the anger and the unsettled like emotion that's coming out
Lisa's
of it,
going off.
she's like, "That woman is going to kill you. Get out of the house."
For your safety, Legion, leave the house. The mom is on the phone. The pastor is on the phone. The aunt's on the phone. Everyone's like, "Get out. Get out. It's for your own good." And he finally agrees, and he's not going fast enough. She's like getting his stuff together for him. She's throwing like, "Get out. Everything you're doing is taking too long." He's like, "You're going to regret this. You're going to regret this." She's like, to the left. Get out. I don't want you here." He leaves. And she's fuming. She starts getting everything out of her room and trying to move it, like, you know, do some sort of cleansing without burning his stuff. And then she finds the pea Gatorade.
So
And then she finds out those Gatorade bottles weren't empty and they weren't full of electrolytes.
I am chucking that right at him.
yeah, no,
If there's a window facing him and I find the pea bottles, yeah. I'm undoing the top and tossing it.
Golden shower, babe.
yeah, golden shower. Here you go, out the door on your way out of the house. One thing that is important is that this man had, like, you know, he used to dress nicely. He had watches. He had like WWE belts and stuff.
Oh,
like
he had
that
a
and stuff like
bunch of
that.
expensive
Bunch of
stuff.
expensive
She
stuff.
didn't destroy it.
But he only took a duffel bag with like
Yeah,
few
we're
clothes.
gonna get to that because that's gonna come down to the timing
No,
for
that's
the
the
divorce.
only thing that he took, yeah.
So he just took whatever he could carry because he's limping with that knee. You know what I mean? She had to help him outside and into the car. Like, "Get out! I'll do anything it takes, even if I have to touch you right now
Yeah.
to get you out of here." So all that goes down, and she's obviously gonna start filing for divorce and all that kind of stuff. While those divorce proceedings are happening and it takes a while, she's going all CSI. He hasn't taken the laptop. He hasn't taken anything like his papers and all that stuff. He's left it there and he's not coming back. Excuse me. So she starts going through it.
I want to add here something. She starts going through everything, and then she finds marriage number 2.
Oh yeah. She finds out he's been married before. Before. So Legion leaves and he runs to his aunt's house. And he's like, or runs to his sister's house.
No, he goes to the family. Whoever he goes, we really don't know. But
The
then,
brother, because there's a cousin that calls. Yes. So he runs.
He doesn't go to the brother because remember the brother and him have not spoken in like 15
There's
years.
two
or something
brothers.
like that. I understand, but like he just goes to the family. She doesn't specify
A cousin
exactly-
or something.
She doesn't specify exactly where he goes. But then he tells the family that she was cheating. He came home while she was cheating on him.
And caught her in the
Caught
bed.
her in the act, and that's why he
He
left
runs
her.
to a family, so I'm pretty sure it's a cousin because it's a female that reaches out to Risa.
Yeah,
so
the cousin calls.
he runs to like a cousin's house. Let's just say cousin. He runs to a cousin's house and he's like, "Risa is cheating on me. I walked in on her. She was getting piped down right
Yeah.
there outside." And that's messed up for two reasons. It's a big fat lie, but also he told Risa that the reason he and his ex-wife split is because he walked in on her getting piped down by somebody else. So this is rinse and recycle for this guy. It's worked before, it's gonna work again.
Exactly.
He goes there and he tells him all that stuff, but get this, like this is a grown man and he's not just started lying yesterday. He's been a liar his whole life.
He has
So
been burning bridges from left to right.
everywhere he's gone, he's caused damage. So when the family hears about this, they're like, "Okay, I'm taking that with a cup of salt." Now, people say take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a cup of salt, okay?
Yeah.
They're like, "Let me find Risa." They go online, they find Risa on social media, and they reach out and they're like, "Girl, he's saying this. We know he's a liar. So just tell us your side of everything."
Yeah. And so basically she says that obviously it's a lie and he has been lying to me and I really like haven't uncovered everything that he's been lying about. And then her and the cousin get to talking, and then now this is the second time that she's getting evidence that there's no sisters existing. He has a twin.
So hold up. I want to get to the brother first, because the brother is the one that lays down everything.
Okay.
The cousin does confirm that a bunch of stuff is lies. But what she says to her is, let me put you in touch with the brother. The one that he said he's been talking to every single morning.
I feel like I've been left on a cliffhanger here at this point. Do you know, like, when she talks about a cousin Junebug?
Yeah, so Junebug is it's a nickname.
Yes, but then, like, when she's talking to the cousin, she says, what happened to Junebug is messed up.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh,
And
what happened to Junebug?
Nobody says anything about what happened to Junebug. And for me, somebody that really likes true crime, like, did something messed up happen to Junebug? How did Junebug die?
It might not be that Junebug is dead. It could just be like, if I said, oh, it's messed up, what happened to, like, and like, if something happened to that person, their car broke down, the house flooded, they got, like, doesn't matter what. In that context, it'll be like, oh, yeah, like, it's
So
vague.
you think that Junebug is alive?
I think Junebug is just some guy who's a cousin, and something did happen to him that's probably insignificant, and that's why they let it slide.
Okay.
Because so what this guy does, what Legion does, is he takes little facets of truth and weaves it in.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have a sister named Kim, but he doesn't have a sister named. What's the sister name?
Kim, you're right.
Yeah, he doesn't have a sister named Kim, but he has a niece named Kim.
Yeah.
He's not VP of a company, but he has a twin brother who is a VP of the company. And she didn't know he was a twin. She's finding this out right now.
The brother has a company car. The brother is married and has a big ass house and everything that he...
It was his life.
Yeah.
He was pretending he had his life. So then she said, let me give you the phone number of the brother. Now she's like, oh, yeah, the one he talks to every day. And she's like, talks to every day? That's kind of weird because they haven't talked in years, which would have shattered me.
That would have messed up with my head to a point where, like, I don't even know
That
what's
would
true.
mess me. I would believe I'm in the Matrix.
I don't know what's true and what do you mean every morning? Hey, brother.
He talks to this guy every day.
Good morning. How's
You
the
know what it
fam?
reminds me of? I would feel like I'm in the Truman Show.
There's something. I'm
Like,
here for
like-
someone's
yeah,
entertainment.
there's a script.
This is not real.
Yeah.
He spoke to his brother every day. That was the one consistent thing about him. Every morning. Oh, what up, bro? Yeah, you catch the game? Oh, Risa, my brother's saying hi. Yeah, she's saying hi. No, she's right here. Just chilling, working from home. You know how it is. Every day. If it wasn't every day, one day passed at most that they didn't speak. It wasn't like 2-3 days will go by and they didn't speak. Maybe one day passed and they didn't speak. Otherwise, it's every day. The second I heard that guy doesn't exist,
And ladies and gentlemen,
I need to get checked in.
this man is walking amongst us today. I swear to God. I feel like this is a level of craziness that we have not discovered yet. The man is amongst us.
Me every morning. Gotta call my brother. Family is number one.
And this goes on for 30 minutes, an hour sometimes.
They've been together for months, and he does it on the daily. Can't take days off.
That hurt my head. That hurt my head.
That was worse than the death ones. That was worse than him saying people were dead, because that's one time you're trying to milk it for some attention. But okay, so that brother and him don't talk. So he was not talking to his brother every day. She gets the info of that brother because the cousin gives her his information.
Yeah.
She gets on the phone. The brother wrecks her. He's like, yeah, he's a twin. His twin has all this stuff. He doesn't have any of this stuff. He's a liar, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah, I spoke to his ex-wife, Latoya. I spoke to his ex-wife, Mary. And he's like, who's Mary? His ex-wife is Latoya.
Oh, by the way she finds out about the sisters is that the obituary, when she finds out the grandmother has been dead since 2008 and the uncle has been dead since...
The grandma didn't die during no pandemic.
Yeah.
The uncle didn't die during no pandemic. They're dead, but they've been dead for over a decade.
The obituary only listed him and the two brothers. There were no sisters and whatnot. So, like, that's how she found out about the second wife.
Oh, my
Latoya.
dad had kids in another marriage. No, he didn't. Lying on his dad. So everything in this guy's...
Sorry.
So everything in this guy's life is a lie. A lie. He has nieces who have the same name as, like, his sisters.
First of all, the Egypt name, I feel like that was, like, amazing, kind of, like, very creative name. But then there is nobody named Egypt.
No, there are people named Egypt.
No, In his family, there's nobody named David.
From what Risa
From
knows
what
right
we
now,
know,
there,
yeah.
for all we know, there could be other wives with other kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe Egypt is wife number 4's daughter.
Yeah, and the second wife, like basically their marriage was a whole turmoil. She had
Restraining
gotten a
orders.
restraining order against him. He had gotten a restraining order against her. It was a messy. I mean, obviously, this is Legion. What do you expect? A good marriage?
The lies, I don't even know how to like fathom them. Like Risa must have just felt like the floor is gone from under her.
Yeah,
Like
ripped.
and you would feel so dumb.
I mean, you can, and then like I honestly was feeling for her the whole time.
I felt bad.
She was saying, I understand this was going to make me look really dumb. I understand, but I'm going to still share it. Girl, I feel for you. My heart goes out to you, but I swear to God, there was something that was watching over you. Let me just say that the fact that the pregnant did not stay.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
yes, things have gotten bad, but they have not gotten to a point where, like, you know,
You can make a clean getaway from
yeah,
this.
you can make a clean cut. Like there's nothing that will bring him into your life ever again. You don't
He
have to
didn't
deal
trap
with
you.
him and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Your marriage is finalized, and I literally just heard recently that you're trying to get your maiden name removed and stuff like that.
Your
Perfect.
divorce is finalized.
Yeah.
Your divorce is finalized.
And she's changing her name back to
And she's going to London.
London and Paris finally.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, did you? We forgot to say like that part. Oh, my wife, I'm taking you to London. After you know this woman wants to go to London, what
What
are
is
you
with
doing?
it's like what?
I am mad.
It's her dream to go to London and Paris. She knows exactly what she wants to do. My man printed out an itinerary. On day 1, we're gonna wake up, have lunch here, dinner here, go see these things, all that stuff. Again, the cruelty. And that's what Risa talks about the most. It's like, yes, you could have told lies, but the way you made me buy into them, the way you made me pick out the colors, made me go look at the houses, wasted my time, wasted the realtor's time. These guys, like, commission is like,
the realtors, I swear to God, the lady, I really have a lot of respect for her. She was like, I really don't know what's going on here, but like this man is up to no good.
yeah,
like low-key.
when Risa was like, we're not gonna go ahead with the house, the woman was kind of like, good. She wasn't saying good,
Yeah,
but
but
she was
she was
like,
like,
yeah, you probably need a little more info.
Like, yeah, dig deep into this guy and stuff like that. And like, after all this coming out and somebody like, you know, putting his information out there, and he said that he has been making a movie with Netflix for the past 16 days.
Who? What?
Legion.
I missed that whole. I didn't get that whole last part. He has a Netflix deal.
That's what he said. Like,
No, that's not what he said. So what happened was after Risa posted the videos. She's going into detail about how she's finding things out. And people on TikTok are writing it down. Like, you go to the courthouse and you can get what? So they just grabbed all the details they could from her story, and there were a lot of them. And then they went and checked out who this guy was. And then they found Legion. And even though Risa's been doing everything she could to stay anonymous, this person posted him up. And like whoever that was,
Yeah, that lady, whatever she did was really messed
Not
up.
okay.
Whatever they did was really messed up because it was somebody else's story to tell, and the fact that the person chose to give what are they called? The names that you assign people, but
Oh,
they're not
yeah.
their names or whatever. Anyways, like not their real names. The fact that they chose
Aliases.
The fact that she chose to do that. It was a matter of safety. It was a matter of like a whole family's safety, a whole person's safety.
Selfish.
But then you people on the internet are just I don't
you want
know.
the clicks, you want the likes, and they ruined it. So then Legion comes out, and because he got exposed, and he's like, oh, Risa's lying, but I haven't figured out who I'm gonna tell my story to. So he's looking to get paid for this, and people are saying, nah. She came out on TikTok and said the whole thing.
Yeah.
You come out on TikTok and tell your piece.
We don't like. I love TikTok, and I hate sometimes TikTok. Some people are good for TikTok, some people are bad for TikTok. But I love when they say, "We do not believe you, sir."
No.
we don't believe
Obviously
you.
not.
I don't care about what you will come out and say, which side of your story and whatnot. There is no side that is going to come out that's going to be true.
They'll give us a grindhouse film back to back about what happened, and you're gonna come out there with, oh, she's lying.
Show me the offshore account first. Show me not a screenshot of Chase or whatever. Show
Screen
me
recording.
Real bank
Screen
bank
recording.
info, and then she's lying. Legion.
Apparently, he's living in his house because when she went to go get the divorce papers and everything, he had to go and meet her at the courthouse, and she pulled a boss move on him. He looked skinny. She said that the man used to be like 3X, and he came in there looking like he could fit into a medium or a large. And she said, "Here's a little bit of money. Get yourself some chicken nuggets."
Bro, she said that he was smelling bad and stuff and then sleeping in his car and stuff like that.
She walked him to the car.
The most boss move that she did was that some people like were yapping in his ear that like, you know, she cannot legally kick you out of the house and stuff like that, and he started blowing up her phone, and he's like, I'm coming.
Oh, he tried to come back. You can't legally kick me out. It's my home. I'm gonna come back.
Come back to the house. And then she like, this woman exhausted all avenues, and she called the chief or the captain of like the police force in their area. And then the captain was like, mind you, there is a warrant out for this man for like a past like thing. She was like, good. So he's like, don't even do anything. When you get to the house and you see him, just call us. We will come and collect him. She was like, fine. So, but that day, which was very, very, very good idea. She did not take the car that he's used to. She took a different car, parked somewhere else, and then called the chief or the captain, and they came and arrested him. And they were like, I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her. And she still, this woman still has like a very good heart. And then he went to her. She went to him, and then like starts, and he's like, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Manipulation. I'm very sorry. I don't care. The man goes and she calls the car company. She's like, were you not looking for this car? Come take it.
If he's there like, oh ma'am, Risa, he wants to talk to you. Hold that thought. I'm going upstairs, grabbing one of those Gatorades. Going upstairs, grabbing one of those fucking Gatorades, and I'm gonna like either I can't splash it in a police car, but I'll hand it to him and say for the road.
Yes,
just like TikTok.
Yeah, or just lie to him instead that it's like, you know, I know that you're weak. Here's some
unscrew the top. Pretend you're passing it to him. Oops. And it falls.
Oh my God!
That's what you deserve.
I didn't know.
I thought it was Gatorade.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was Gatorade. I didn't know. Why was it full? It's full to the brim. Fuck you,
Legion ass mother.
So that's the story of Risa and Legion pretty much. If you want more details, go ahead and catch the 4-hour version. Watch it on 2.5 speed. But if you're looking for highlights, that's pretty much it. She got away. She's divorced. She kept all of his cool stuff and donated it. She didn't want to keep it, but he couldn't, like, that was her home. He had some sort of legal right to come there because he was her husband. But now that the divorce is finalized, he has no legal right to come into the house. And what is legally his is what he left with the day his busted up knee was dragged out of the house.
When he was signing, basically did not read what he was signing away. So that meant like everything that was in the house was legally Reese's, and that's it.
Bye. So she kept it. All of his valuables. He was playing the part. Who knows who else he finessed in the past to get all that money? But he had a bunch of Invicta watches. He had WWE Championship belts, which are hella expensive collectible items. She didn't want to keep them. She donated them all to charities or like women's shelters or something. Like she gave it to a very nice cause. But it was a nice little last middle finger.
Yeah, and there are a lot of people out there. I know this is like there are a lot of people out there that are trying to discredit Risa and basically like, you know, calling her story into like, you know, question, like, you know, her story does not even add up and stuff like that.
Doesn't add up.
And by the way, that woman doesn't even look that nice, even if she's plus size. Like there's a lady that literally took her 15 minutes of her time, 20 minutes of her time in her car while she's using a filter saying all these things.
Talking about how Risa's ugly or something?
How Risa is ugly and Legion is a sexy man that wouldn't go for Risa. Have you seen that man's face? It's like this whole thing, somebody's pulling this one down like this. Somebody's pulling his whole chin down.
How are you gonna get at me over what I can't pull when you're taking your like time out of your day to talk about me? People have energy for hate.
Trust me, all the haters can go suck it because guess what? The woman is going to London and Paris for that.
And it's not like you have a man, because if you did, you wouldn't have 15 minutes to spend in your car hating on other women.
Loser vibes. That's what you guys are giving, brothers. Stop that shit.
And that stuff is on the internet, you know? Like one day people are going to find that about you. Oh, mommy, I found a video of you.
God,
and you're destroying this fat girl. Come on.
And I
haters.
movie, a show, a Lifetime show to come out of this movie.
Netflix knows it's trending. Netflix knows this is trending.
And I love when they, you know, like they take a true story and then they kind of twist it and add like some like not. I can't wait what the writers do with this story. It is going to be phenomenal. I just want to say thank you.
Who do you want
so
to
much
see? Who do you want to see playing Risa if it goes to a movie?
I want you know what is that? Let's go a long walk. What is her name? Jill Scott. I know how is she old? Is she old now?
I know why you picked Jill Scott.
Why? No. Have you ever watched this movie?
Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. I know you picked Jill Scott.
I will not be quoted like that. Jill Scott is an amazing woman. If you have ever watched this movie, Why Did I Get Married?
Oh, where all those couples go to with Janet Jackson?
Multi-talented, and I feel like she kind of like has an essence of Risa Tisa in her.
She got cheated on in that movie, and he called her fat.
Yeah.
And that's why you want to. She bashed his head with that bottle, though.
Oh yeah, that was. And I have another movie recommendation if you guys want. It's called Honey Pot on Netflix. Really 100. Like that's a 10 out of 10 recommendation for me. And it's basically like this girl like that she loves this bad boy, and then. But then this good boy, like really like handsome guy, loves her. But this bad boy like cheats on her, treats her horribly and stuff like that. But she will degrade herself to be with that man. And then he will finally tell her, if you love me, prove it by setting this one up. Since he can be like, you know, he can get off your back kind of thing. And she sets him up, brother. And it's based on a true story. I forget the victim's name, but he was a young kid. It happened in London. Yeah,
I'll check it out. Producer ma'am, anything to add before you wrap it up?
No.
Thank you so much for having me today. Honestly, I enjoyed this, and hopefully I will join more.
Yes, we have to have you back. This story was too big for one person.
Yeah.
The story was too big for one person. Also, shout out to Risa Tisa. It was very brave of you to put that out there, and those of us non-haters really appreciate your bravery, really appreciate your storytelling. I saw the comments, oh, get to it. And then like later on in the videos, people are confused about things that you had already said before. You know?
Come on.
So don't even be entertaining these people. Oh, please go watch it. You did a great job. You put it out there. And if they can't pay attention to 50 TikToks, then that's on them. And I hope you find everything you're looking for with a real man. And even if you don't find a man, I hope you find happiness just in yourself because you're an awesome person.
I feel like now she has a questionnaire or something like that, you know, for every man that comes into her life.
No, there's no way you could trust somebody after that. No. There's nobody coming into my life after that. It's done.
Questionnaire. There's a secret detective.
Oh.
That's going to be hired.
Oh, yeah.
Background check, because I'm not doing all that work.
First of all,
I want to know everything about you.
I don't think I could get with somebody unless my family has known them since they were a kid after that.
Oh my God. But you know, that's like really rare.
I'm traumatized.
Yeah.
No, my parents know a lot of people. And so, you know, like,
you would be like looking in the circle, you mean? Like,
I'm not going far out of the circle. I want references that I know.
Not reference upon request.
I want people I know. I want people that already are in my contacts.
Bro.
I want to see pictures of you on vacation with people that I know. Like, you're really down. Like, I can't because you can't come up to me on the street and say, oh, what's up? Like,
stay safe out there, people.
Stay safe.
Stay safe out there. This whole story made me think about like who to trust, who to not trust, and to just look at people. I don't even know what to say. I'm glad that I have few friends. My circle is tight. There's no new friends, new friends. That's it.
I'm looking at my parents. You know, they tell me all bare kind of crazy stories from back home. You can say whatever you want. I can't fact check it. You can tell me whatever you want. I'm looking at my parents sideways. Everyone's parents a hero when they came from back home. Everyone was a big shot when they came from back home.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, let's wind it up.
All right. Anyhow, thank you once again for tuning in to Bred in Captivity. We will see you very soon with another reaction. Until then, stay safe. Peace.